welcome to another FIFA video. Today we'll be starting a new series which is going to be called Team of the Year Pack Grind, and what that series will entail is how I'm going to craft my packs until Team of the Year essentially. So if you didn't know, obviously we've got the Winter Wildcards promo out at the moment, which is only out I believe till either Thursday or Friday. And then the headliners, Team 1 will come out, and then the headliners 2 will come out the following week. So there'll be 2 weeks of headliners, and the Team of the Year is expected to start the following week. So we've got around 2 to 3 weeks. So that's what this sort of series will be about. And then obviously the week of Team of the Year, I'll be opening my packs during that time. I'm hoping to have a load of packs available, so I'm hoping to have 300, 400, 500 packs available. So we're going to have to put a real big grind in, and so I feel like a series is going to make me motivated to work with you guys to find out the best ways to build packs through League SBCs or grinding for objectives or for anything that EA releases in the live section. And while we're doing that, we'll obviously may do a few player picks, which will help us get some of the cards that come out in the live section here, which we're interested in, and still sort of add to our club. So first of all, I'm going to give you a bit of a summary of where we're at this current time, and then I'll go through some of the methods that I'll be doing over the next few weeks. And then obviously I'll be doing a video every day which will discuss of what we've been working on, how we're getting players in our club, how we're kind of making coins, and how we're kind of investing some coins into League SBCs to get packs quicker and stuff like that. So I think the first sort of week or two will be me building up the coins, and as well as building up players in my club. So currently we're at 1,800 players, which is obviously pretty impressive. And there will be opportunities where we can make coins as well, which we then can obviously use to, again, add League SBC players into our club using bidding and etc. As well as obviously making packs to go in the store, which we can start to build up. So at current stage, and I will be creating a spreadsheet that we can check in every episode to see where we're at with packs and stuff, which I'll be updating before the video is recorded. So you guys, because obviously in here it's pretty hard to see how many packs we have, etc. So obviously at the moment we've got a Prime Gold Players Pack, a small Prime Gold Players Pack, a couple, I think 3 rares, got 2 megas, 3 rare electrums. We've got the 85 rare players pack times 10, which is I'm really excited to open during Team of the Year. And we're very close to getting the 81 times 25 from Icon Swaps. I believe we need one more token, which is 6 squad battle games, so we'll get that done, and then we'll be able to get that. And I'll be using my final sort of tokens to get this ultimate pack, as well as this 81 to 89 times 10. And then I think that'll be all my tokens done in that section. And then when the new icon swaps come out, I'll be getting the 82 times 25 for Team of the Year, as well as the 83 times 25. So we're going to have some really, really big packs during our grind. And we will be recording multiple videos during Team of the Year when we're opening these packs, most likely on console. So I'll probably do a video sort of around certain packs. So if we have, say, 50 Prime Gold Players packs, I will open all of them player packs in that video, and then we'll see what we get. We'll grind what we need to during that video, and then we'll release it. And then the following episode will be me opening another set of packs, and we'll kind of do that until we run out of packs essentially. And then if you didn't know, during Team of the Year there's normally league upgrades, so we'll be also building from duplicates or untradeable content, using that to build the league specific packs to basically hopefully increase our chances to get a Team of the Year. And also obviously this is our current squad. So it's obviously looking good. I've made a few changes. I've brought back in Tororo with his upgrades. We've got Awal on that right hand side, who's insane if you haven't done him. I'm not liking that much Roberto Carlos and Rio Ferdinand, and also Van der Sar, so I'm not really liking my icons at the moment, which is a little bit frustrating. So I may look to upgrade them over the coming days, weeks, depending on what content comes out. I don't know what it is. I just think maybe the lower tier icons, obviously, which is these 3, their mid versions or base versions, aren't obviously the most sort of OP versions in the game, so maybe they kind of aren't as strong as some of the SBC cards that have come out, and obviously like the big players like Mbappe, etc. So that's probably why. So that's probably positions I would love to get during Team of the Year. If we can get a sort of a Team of the Year backline, that would be insane. Obviously really help me in game. And in terms of like objectives and stuff like that, we're doing pretty well. We're getting along the season progress, so we'll get some more packs in here. So we've got some small Prime Gold Players packs. We're only 4,000 away from getting 2 of them. And then you obviously get some packs in here, so like draft tokens, we'll end up playing the draft with that, get some packs from that. and then essentially just grinding the game as much as we can up until Team of the Year to get in a real good position. And then obviously if you guys have any sort of packs available in here, so we only need one more Rivals win with first owner to get a 50k pack and also another 100k pack. So check out them, try and grind some packs or some games to get some of these packs. And then also we're very close to doing the friendlies 200 as well there, so it's another 50k pack. And then obviously we'll get well, I'm hoping, obviously it's going to be a lot, but 105 friendly wins, which there's a lot of stuff in there at the moment in friendlies, so maybe we'll just plough through it, and even if we complete the objectives for it, we'll just continue hoping to get golden goals, try and complete sort of 10 to 15 of them a day, and then obviously we'll get closer to that 300 where we get the ultimate pack at the end there as well as these big player packs there. And then I think there's a few other little bits down here, such as obviously icon swaps will complete, some prime time players, and then obviously you've got a lot of league players which we can go for, which obviously doesn't give us amazing packs, but obviously that will help if we want to decide to keep the 2 rare gold players packs. Maybe we will, but if not, then we can obviously open them and then obviously get more players in our club that way as well. So basically the whole thing is to kind of use the players we've got, add players to it, and then put them into the SBC grind to get as many packs as we can for it. So let's start the episode today in terms of what I've been doing and how I'm getting players at my club at the moment and how I'm looking at stuff. Now, just before I touch on that, actually, I obviously, if you watch my recent videos, I did invest in this Graham. He was very low. I believe I picked the load up at between 12 to 13k. You can see here I've decided to list him at 11. I've had him for around a week and a half, and EA haven't decided to release any sort of winter wildcard, like any cards that are needing these cards. There's some promos, obviously you need some promo cards to unlock another promo card, for example. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened, and I could have kept hold of these for a longer amount of time, but I decided just to list them, get rid of them, get our coins back, and just put all that into trading and seeing what kind of coin balance we have. So you still got a load of these as well. So I'm looking to hopefully get over the 1.6, 1.7 mark once these sell, and then we'll be in a better position in terms of being able to do that. And then we've got a lot of silvers and duplicates in our club that we can use to obviously make coins. So we're in a real good spot. We've got about 9-10 packs. Obviously that's not ideal at the moment, but we've got this whole series to work on it and stay motivated to doing so. So what I would say is, if you are obviously starting up the League SBC method and you're wanting to grind packs for Team of the Year, a good place to start would be to go to Silver. We go to 200, and you can basically switch between all the different League SBCs and basically pick up a lot of these silvers for under the coin mark. So the time of night I'm doing this is 11:30, so there isn't a load of players, but around 6 p.m, 7 p.m, there is going to be a lot of players on the game, which is going to help us get a lot of players into our club. And it always does seem to be that the silvers are very hard to get. So what I enjoy doing is kind of ignoring the bigger leagues nowadays until I get enough of them to be able to complete it. So as you see here, I've had enough Bundesliga golds, for example, to complete the bottom 2 squads, but I don't have enough sort of silvers to complete the top ones. So obviously we'll be working on them, and then every time we get stuff, we'll be grinding through them and getting them completed so we get the bigger packs. But typically I will pick some of the lower leagues, so the MLS, Saudi, Championship, not so much. Sort of Super League isn't a bad one, actually. CSL isn't a bad one. But I really do like the MLS. It's one of my favourites. So it's kind of the one I grind. And what you'll be able to see here is that I've been bidding on these players at 200 as well as 150 on the bronzes, which allows me to have a load of them currently stored in my club. So we can go basically bronze, MLS, build, and I'm always going to have loads because I bid on them constantly and I relist some. So we're always in a good position. So obviously this one you would actually need max 1 player from the same clubs. So we'll just obviously look at this, try and work out which club we are. We've got 2 of, so it looks like we've got 2 of this club. I don't even know who that is, but we'll obviously take one of these players out and plop in someone else who doesn't tend to show in here. Okay, so he's actually got 2 versions of him. So maybe this guy. There you go, that one's completed. And we've got a load of low sort of rated bronzes in there, which is going to be nice because we often get rid of them. What it might be worth doing as well is taking out some of these rares because they come in handy later on. So try not to put any rares in here if you are doing the MLS in the first squad, because obviously they aren't needed. So just looking at some of the teams here, it doesn't look like we have this guy, so we can put him in. And then to get rid of the other rare, we'll put in, let's put in this Orlando guy here. And, oh, we're going to be low on chemistry there and rating as well. So, okay, so let's have a look. Seattle Sounders. They're not in it. We'll get that done sorted. And then we can put a, wasn't expecting to struggle for this. There you go, get the chemistry that way. So then we get a silver pack there. We always open the silver packs. We'll get an easy pack done. We'll open that and hopefully we'll get some Prem, or any League SBC really, but ideally some Prem silvers, which is obviously going to help us. But we get a Super League there, a Mexican League, so they'll help later on. And then any ones here, like this French guy, for example, we could sell on if we want to get a couple of 100 coins. But we tend to keep them because when EA release an SBC, some of these silvers do go up in price, especially from the top leagues. So we'll be keeping an eye on them, checking the silvers and bronzes regularly that we do pack, so then we can check and make coins back there as well, which obviously will allow us to do the League SBC a lot cheaper than obviously they currently are standing at. So another way you can do it, if there is sort of less cards on the market, then and you need sort of the cards and you're not sure what SBCs to do, just take the league off, put in silver, put in 200 there, under 200, and then switch it to just sort of the league, and so you can look through this a lot easier. So picking up a Sudamericana card probably isn't that great, because obviously I know it's a League SBC, but these tend to go for discard anyway. So until you get sort of the higher rated card, that it's not ideal. But this guy here at 250 isn't a bad one. I know I said only bid 200, but you can sometimes, he's a high rated silver, so he'll likely go for more. So we'll currently be looking through here, seeing what we can pick up. Now it's likely at the time of night I'm doing this, I'm not going to see many. But Saudi one there at 150, you can get, if I can put a bid on him at 200, that's going to help me out. I reckon him at 150 is a good one because he's a high rated Sudamericana. The lower ones are the ones that don't really sell, but you can sneak in bids here just before they expire and pick up them cards really, really easily, which obviously you can make profit on, or you can put them into your club to help you with the other packs. And that's kind of the grind I'm doing. When there's more cards on the market, I do sort of change it a little bit and go to Pacific League, and that's how I get some players into my club. And I may have to wait sort of 7-8 minutes for them to sort of come in, but while I'm doing that, I can start looking at other SBCs to see what I'm doing. So unfortunate time of night I'm doing this. It looks like a lot of people are kind of doing similar methods to me at the moment, but when there is sort of more players on the market, it does make everything a lot easier. So if we do just go to MLS as an example, this is the method I keep repeating at the moment, which is obviously going to the league, put in the silver there. Well, actually, sometimes I do just take that off, and I do just search and just see what appears. So unfortunately, a lot of these bronzes do have 150 bids, but there is some here that don't. So picking these up at 150, you'll always be able to sell these bronzes on for at least 200 if you want to resell them. And that allows me to obviously always make sure that I'm making coins. So any ones that don't have 150 bids on, I will just plop on there an extra 150 coins. Now, if you're doing this on console, then obviously you can bid on these up to around 20 minutes, and then obviously go into a game, get some of your objectives done or whatever, come back, and then you can see what you won, keep what you want to keep, and then resell on anything that you don't for buy nows. And it's a really, really good option. Now, if you look across most League SBCs, there is not really any players that go for less than 200 coins. If they do, then obviously they normally go really, really quickly. So yeah, bidding on a load of these is a very good option. And then obviously sometimes silvers, there is more at different times. But if you're looking at it here, you're thinking, oh, I'm not waiting 15 minutes to get a card. If you want to make profit and you want to get these League SBCs done, really cheaply, then bidding on these at 60 minutes is a good way to go. Bidding on them at 200, I'm telling you now, you won't get outbidded on many of these. I've sort of tested it and done this a lot, and I do it in between games. Every game now, I've kind of made it a thing where once I've completed the game, I have to come out, I have to go to my watch list, I have to list up what I have won, and what I haven't won, I will obviously remove, and then go again on the bidding war, and that stops me from being soft banned, and then obviously allows me to get objectives done in between while I'm waiting to get this done, rather than sitting there and waiting one by one for them to sort of come in. So it looks like someone here is doing something similar. I'm getting outbid on quite a few there, but obviously the ones up here we do put a lot of bids on, so it's not a bad position to be in. So now, just from that, we've already got 46 League SBC cards we've bidded on, which we can wait to come through. And then in between time, we can go into a game, or we can go into the League SBC mode and go into looking at some of the packs that we could potentially be doing. So again, let's go back into the MLS where we've been doing some work. Let's have a look at this one again. So it's the full league one. So what I would say is, when you're bidding on a lot of these cards and you're putting a lot of them into your club, while also relisting quite a few, you can obviously you'll obviously start to realise that you've got quite a few from different clubs. Sorry. So I know in my head when I looked on console earlier, I had a lot of Sporting Kansas ones, so that's looking in a pretty good spot. So I think for this run round, we'll use these players. So try not to put in a lot. The clubs that you have a lot of bronzes and silvers from, try not to sort of use them in the bigger two squads where you can add golds in. Try and use your golds in that as much as possible, and avoid using silvers and bronzes. However, if you're bidding on a lot of silvers like I am, and you're picking up at around 200 coins, then you might think actually it's pretty safe to just put them in there if you know you're winning them regularly. But if you're not, then obviously switch it up a little bit and do that. So we've basically got a full squad here done. Now just to show you that I am picking these up at 200. See here, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 150, 200, and 200 on that guy. Now, if we were getting this done at buy now price, obviously we could be paying up to, well, pretty much double, triple the price. So this left back, for example, is 550. We picked up at 200. Now this centre back is going to be up at 900, 800 coins, and we've got him at 200 coins. So we're making a massive saving by taking our time and bidding on cards while we're going into games, or doing it on our web app, or doing it on our phones when we're out, or whatever we're doing. We're always making sure that we're bidding on some sort of loads of cards over a sort of a period of time, where we're obviously, when we come back to console or on the web app, we can then start putting the players into this and doing a good job of that. So we've got that one pretty much finished. So obviously we'll buy out the rest of the cards for that one because we're very, very close. And then obviously what you can do here is you can just go to high to low. So we have got one gold there. We have got everything sort of sorted apart from the rares. So that's why we kept the rare bronzes earlier on. So if you just go to bronze, rares, we should have picked up a couple from our bidding before. So we've got one available to us there. Let me just take actually that off. I just put rare MLS. So we are lacking one. So we'll pick up one just to get this one done. And then we should be pretty good. And just make sure we haven't put any of the Seattle guys in. So we have got 2 in there. So we'll take him out, put this guy in, and then we'll pick up a rare MLS player, or just on buy now, just to get it done. We should be able to pick that up at around sort of 300 to 400 coins and it not be an issue. There is loads of MLS cards that you can pick up that are rare, around 300, 350. So even there, yeah, that guy there at 300 is actually perfect. So him at striker, send it into a club, go back into here, put him in, and then we get another pack done. So we'll be opening obviously all of these packs in this part. We even open this premium mix one in this SBC, but across the bigger leagues, normally this 4th pack is actually one that you might want to keep. So, but it's obviously up to you and how you want to do that. So we've got that one done there, and then this last one we'll kind of fill up as well, and then we'll buy players like Higuain, Ladero, Martinez, and them 80 rated players really do help me out in terms of using a lot of the rare golds, because they pick up at 700, 650 on bid, and that gets it done really, really cheap as well. So we'll then go into here, obviously open up the packs that we have saved. So we've got a small prime mixed players pack. Now what I want to do is kind of have a lot of these stored up for when I make these videos in the future. So obviously we'll do a couple of run throughs of the MLS, save the packs, and then we'll open them on the video so you can see them, and obviously grind it as well on here as well, so you guys can see the whole grind of what I'm doing and sort of realizing how I'm doing a lot of these SBCs. But you can see here we've got MLS, we've got 1, 2, 3. Sorry, is it 3 or is it 2? Sorry, 2 Super League. Get a French rare there, which is nice, which will hopefully go into, well, will go up in price at some point. He looks like he's got a bit of a price there anyway, and then we've still got a Pro League player there as well. So when you look at that, you go, right, okay, we've got quite a few Super League players there now, so let's go and have a look at that one let's go and see if we're actually any near completing any of that. So we've actually got 2 squads left, which is going to get us a rare electrum. So we're actually looking in a nice position here. Now this one, you need 11 of the same club. So we'll do this one here first, and then we'll see what we have in terms of the clubs, and then we'll go from there. So I will do low to high on this one, as it is the lowest squad with the lowest rating. It's unfortunately put in a lot of golds there, which we didn't obviously want. Doesn't look like we have many bronzes, but we have got a lot of silvers. So just to get this one done, we will use the silvers. It might not always be the best way, but obviously we packed a lot of these, so it's a kind of, I would say, okay to do so. So let's put this guy in there. Let's get rid of these golds, and then we should be okay. So swap these 2 to get the chem there. Put this guy in there. We need to take out these top 2. So we still at 86 chemistry, so it looks like we are going to have to buy some sort of striker. Now we are looking at, we've got a couple of clubs here that are sort of appeared maybe twice. Just looking at this now, hoping that I can see it. I don't know about you guys, but it is always really hard to see. There you go. So it's these 2 guys here that are showing up multiple times. So we'll swap them around actually. Swap them around, and then we'll switch out this guy here to get us the chemistry. So we just remove him, centre club. We're looking good there. So we'll pick up a Super League card that we don't have from any of these clubs, and then we'll get that one done as well, and we'll get another pack, and there'll be one sort of club closer to completing that, which is obviously extremely nice. So there's nothing at 200 in the striker position, nothing at 300. Wow, okay, Super League might be quite an expensive one. So it doesn't look like we have this club, so we'll put this guy up at 400 coins. Kind of okay with that. A little bit more expensive than I would wanted to play for, but you know, that would do perfectly for me. Just to get this done when we only have to pay 400 coins, I think it's worth it. We will just switch this out and put the Super League in to get that player. Why is it not showing? Oh, because it's a rare. There you go. And we get the chemistry done, no problem at all. And we can have a silver pack. So obviously we get a lot of silver players packs, which is really good because you're going to get a lot of players that are tradable in your club. So when EA do the SBCs and do release them, you're going to have a lot of players. So for example, this Brazilian guy would be very good because obviously he's Saudi, so we could even use him in the Saudi, and he's high rated. So actually that's a nice pick up there, as well as this another MLS player, which is very good, another Pro League player. So you can start to see now the grind that we're putting together, where we can actually get players in our club. Where and what I'm saying to you guys is that the more cards you bid on, and the more cards you're reselling on. So you'll see on my watch list, if we just clear some of these cards out there, kind of still sat there. We are relisting some of the MLS players we do get on bid as well, because we can make coins back that way as well, which means we're not always keeping everything. Now, if they don't sell, we just check again. So, you know, that one there could have actually gone at 1.4, so I'm not too sure why he hasn't. He was the cheapest, so we have got 2 of him. So do you know what? I'll put one of these in my club just so that we use one of them and keep the other. And then obviously we'll relist or play around some of these bids. So we'll drop these by about 100 coins on each, just so hopefully we can get some sales there and clear off some more space, which is going to be good for our grind, because then we can obviously have more trade pile sort of space to list stuff, and get some more sort of players in our club, and offload some as well. So yeah, like it's a pretty nice sort of place to be at the moment. We're slowly going up, especially with these Graham sell. We're in a nice position, and there'll be other methods obviously going on in the next few episodes, and how I've sort of worked out how to grind stuff. There'll be different leagues that we work on over time and sort of fill them out, but I do recommend trying to sort of picking 1 or 2 that you get really familiar with. So for me, the MLS is the one that I know I can pick players up for at certain times, do it really cheaply, store them in my club, resell some on, make coins back that way, and then be able to get a lot of the other SBCs done by the players that I pack, whether it's through the golds and that. But if I am very close, to doing one, so for example the Premier League one here, I don't know how many golds we have, but if we needed a few, then I would maybe buy them out just to get it done, because they are really cheap. But if any players ever go up, then it may be worth not doing so. So actually, yeah, we do have a lot of Premier League golds now, so it would be worth doing this one. So let's just remove some of the high rated cards here. So you don't want to put in an 83 Pope, because he'll come in more handy later on. So we'll we'll actually use this 75 Rienka, even though he's rare. Swap them around to get a bit more chemistry, and I think the rest of that I'm actually okay with, so we will send that one, and that will give us a small Prime Mix Players pack. Again, very good. And then obviously we would only have the silver one here, so I'd wait for this one until we get them. So I actually don't know how many Premier League bronzes do we have. We don't have any. Do we have any bronze silvers? We have 2. Not too bad. So then obviously with more silver packs for the MLS that we obviously open and other leagues, then obviously we'll start to pack them as well. And if we only needed maybe 1 left, I would buy it because it's only around 2,000 coins. I think it'd be worth then buying and then getting that one done and get another 50k back. So the circle kind of goes on, and you're in a really good position there. Then what I'm going to try and do as well is avoid doing a lot of these 78 plus player picks unless I have duplicate players from packs and that I can't do anything with. Then I'll use that, and I'll use sort of off league golds to get them completed. But I'm going to try and avoid these as much as possible, even though they're obviously very tempting, the player picks, as well as obviously the 81, 82, 87s. They give us good fodder, but I don't think they're good to just do for players in your club when you can actually put them into league SBCs and get packs from them. I think that's a better place to put your cards at the moment. I don't think these upgrade packs are actually that good. And then obviously you're going to have loads that are coming through here. Now we are getting outbidded on a fair few, but we also are winning quite a few there as well. So you can see lots of golds, lots of ticks there. So just clear the expired, see what you want, and then obviously you can relist some of these cards or put some of them in your club. But just to show you, obviously we did the MLS today, but it can be across loads of different leagues depending on what you prefer, which one you've kind of learnt. But if you put MLS 200, there's only a few up here that are up at that. So you're always guaranteed, if you're bidding on the bronzes at 150, you're always going to get profit on them, even if you sold them on for 200 coins. But even if you lazy list them at 250, they do kind of sell as well. Now, in terms of the silvers, if you pick them up at 200, which I have been, they're actually selling for at least 350, 400 as well. So if you're getting them between 200, 250, that could be a good sort of price to get them for, so that you know your guaranteed profit when you resell on, and then also by putting them in your club and actually getting them for a cheaper price. And that's how you kind of keep your price down with League SBCs and how you make profit, because there's no other way really to do that. Now, what I would do typically at this point is obviously see what I've won. So I've won some different League SBC cards, so I would obviously relist the ones that I'm not doing. So this guy here actually picked up at 150. His cheapest bin is actually 1,100. So that was actually a very good last minute bid we put on him. And I'll even list him up a bit cheaper at 750 just to get the sale. Obviously, Liga MX card here, 700 coins. We bought him for 250. So again, a very good one. We'll stick up for 600, make some coins there. The Saudi guy at 200. Yeah, we can relist him on for around sort of 500, 550. I'll do 550. And then obviously you got your bronzes here that you got from the league, from the MLS, which you might want to relist. So typically I'll try and keep some of the kind of a couple of the high rated ones. So for example, this guy and this guy I'll keep, but then I'll go down to the next one here and make sure that I relist on. So we can sell this guy on for at least 250, which means it kind of pays for one of the players that we're going to keep. So obviously, again, keeping the coins stable there, and then try and relist on some of this other stuff. So we're always obviously keeping our coins sort of low at this point. So again, this guy can go up at 250. Obviously, the lower rated bronzes don't actually go for that much, especially the goalkeepers, unfortunately for us. But sometimes if you get a goalkeeper like this, who is from Dallas, and obviously if someone does the Dallas club, they will need this card to complete it, if it's the one club pack or the SBC that they need to do. So sending him on at 400 is great, because that kind of covers the cost for the 2 free players that we're going to put into our club here. And that whole kind of circle is brilliant because it allows us to make coins. So again, 150 we bought for him, he sells on for at least 400 coins. We'll list him up at that. We'll go for this guy. We resell him on because we've obviously got a lot of goalkeepers already in our club. So this guy goes for lowest bin at 450. We'll put him up for 350, and again making coins so we can keep some of the other bronzes here. So we actually can keep them in better positions. So that centre mid or the striker, for example. So we'll sell on 2 more here, and then roughly that'll work out that we've put in 3 players into our club, as well as obviously keeping our coins sort of minimised. We've only obviously spent very little here, and obviously being able to sell on players for profit. So again, this right mid here, he'll go for 300, 350, absolutely no issue. So we'll sell that on, and then all these other ones that we won, we'll obviously send to the club, and then any ones that here that we have been outbidded on, which looks like a lot of these, I'm actually going to stick I didn't even mean to do that on that card. Anyway, bid on that one because he looked like he was high rated, but I misplaced my bid on the wrong player. I would then obviously unwatch all the players that I got bidded on to create more space, and then go again and start bidding on other players and relisting on them to make sure that we keeping our coins very stable while also adding players into the club. Now, what it might be a good idea to do is, if you want to kind of get yourself a bit of a head start, is do all your bidding before you do the league SBCs, so then you kind of save that period of time. You could go, right, I'm going to spend an hour bidding on players from all different leagues that I want to do. Typically, you'll win a lot of them from the minor leagues a lot easier because there's less sort of attention of people looking at them at bid prices, and then store them in your clubs to kind of build up the players in your clubs, which will allow you to keep repeating, obviously, the lower leagues, which gives you players like golds that will obviously help with the bigger leagues, and obviously keeping the impact for the Royal Electrum for Team of the Year. And once you've done that, so we've done 2 of the sections here from the MLS just from bidding, and we've basically played 150 per squad. So if you're looking at that, 11 players at 150 bought for the bronze squad, you're literally paying 1,600 coins, where if you're picking them up at, say, 300 coins as a low price, you're times 11, obviously you're actually going to pay double what we're actually going to be paying for bidding. So that's how you keep your coins low, how you make coins, because you're relisting them up at buy now, which people are being lazy, they're buying them rather than bidding, and you make coins while also doing the actual SBC for free. So I'll be repeating this method quite a lot. I'm going to keep doing this because then I can build up these packs really nicely, and then obviously go across to all the other leagues to see where we've got gaps, where we could actually see what we've got available from what we packed. So like this silver one, for example, for Ligue 1 is actually, well, we might be pretty close here to finishing it. Maybe we'll actually just do this now while we're on the video, where we've put everything in. So we have got quite a few Nantes players, so we will take him out. Hopefully we're going to have enough here. We don't think we have that club. Oh no, we do. We have Tours as well. So can't use him. Can we use Lorient? We can use Lorient. We don't have that. And then we just okay. So this one we would need to buy 2 silvers. So I will do that probably off the video, so you don't have to watch me do it. But typically I'll do that and go, right, okay, cool. We're very close to completing this. I only need 2 players. I'll go and buy them now and spend maybe 1,000 coins on that to get that done. And if you're doing this between games, you'll make 600, 700 coins during gameplay. So you're vesting your coins that you use from gameplay, basically finishing off a SBC to get a bigger pack. So it all kind of works out in sync. And the more players you have in your club from bidding, the easier this whole grind will be. And obviously along the way with some of the packs that you open, you'll typically get fodder as well, which you'll be able to do some of the SBCs that are out for players that you may want. And it's been a real good grind for me. If I just go into my active squad here, I've been able to do Alwar recently. I've been able to do Vinicius Jr. recently, Alfonso Davies, Pandev. I've been able to do Banza. I've been able to do Trent. I've been able to do PK. I've been able to do like all these different SVCs that are there just from basically opening up the smaller packs, getting fodder, and then any dupes, putting them in player picks or upgrade packs, and it just works brilliantly. And this is how I've kind of been grinding all year. Coins just keep going up because I'm kind of reselling more players than I am putting in my club, because I'm kind of typically going for more coins at the moment, because I know there'll be a period during Team of the Year, which you'll probably see on video when I do it. I'm actually just going to buy out all League SBCs, probably that keep repeating the packs for the SBCs that I want. So perhaps it'll be the 50k packs, the mega packs, just basically buying every player for each SBC so that we have double the packs for Team of the Year, and just using some of my coins for that. Obviously, it's not the most profitable way, but for making the coins now, we know we've made them coins to actually be able to do that later, further down the line. So that it'll be a mad sort of pack charge towards the back end, where we'll build sort of 50 packs a day just from buying sort of stuff out, because we'll have a load of coins available to us, which is going to allow us to hopefully get a Team of the Year at the end of it. And obviously, we run a first owner club, if you didn't know already. Which obviously means we don't buy players for our main squad. and so anything we pack is what we need. So we actually don't need coins. The only coins we actually need, well, the only reason we need coins is actually to invest it into making packs, completing player SBCs from buying the fodder that we need to complete a challenge, or basically for trading, I guess. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the first episode, and there'll be plenty of more coming out soon with lots of different tips and grind tips. We will be switching between the web app and the console depending on how many packs we have, because as you know, on the console you only have 30 packs available to you, and if they aren't showing the smaller packs, then it does get annoying during the grind. So we will have to jump on the web app once we've kind of built up a fair few, and then open them up to get some more cards into our club. But yeah, this whole grind is insane, guys. Obviously, we are quite low on packs, but we will be working that as the main sort of thing now. Now we know roughly when Team Leaders come out. We've got about 3 weeks to go to get all our stuff sorted in our club. So we will be saving everything, and kind of the reason why I decided to go from the series and show it is because then that gives me the sort of the trust with you guys to make sure that I'm not going to open anything, even though it's so tempting and you really want to. I'll be able to keep it and make sure that I sort of see this series out with a lot of packs, and hopefully some Team Leaders at the end, and you can see the whole sort of grind and the story between it. And hopefully you guys can join this with me, and it'd be great to hear your grind and how you're doing it. Please do subscribe to the channel and like the video, and keep an eye on this playlist, really, because this video series is going to be one that's going to be sort of 30-40 episodes long. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Any tips or any thoughts, let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you. As always, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.